I got this side on and down, and I'll give it a little bit of a roll out. I trimmed it along here and then darted in here. They're laying flat enough, I'm not going to worry about them. But I want to be sure that I don't get any runs. Just make extra sanding and scraping. And this little pointed end here keeps wanting to shift, so keep an eye on it when you're... Okay, now I got to do that side. We'll be back. Well, you can watch me. Sometimes it seems like there's way too much stuff going on at once. And if the weather was hotter and the stuff was kicking quicker, I wouldn't worry about it, but you'll notice that I'm wearing a sweatshirt again. It's quite pleasant out today, probably in the mid-70s. We've had our 3 or 4 days of 90-degree weather, so back to marine onshore flow again. Just get an idea of where you're moving it to, that you got all the bases covered, and then it looks fairly good straight. Up above here, it'll well, it gets all faired in, so try to get as best as you can. It's not that difficult to do. And then start wetting it out to get it held in place. Probably should do this section first, and then I can chase any errors along here that way, and then down that on this other edge down. Always be looking for spots that are jumping up. That looks like 1.5 ounces of these, what I'm going to need here. I can tell it's epoxy is getting thicker because it's not wetting as quickly as when I start. But sometimes all you have to do is just make certain that you get it on the glass and it'll suck it down into the wood. The wood's dry enough, it says feed me, feed me. I talk like this even when the camera's not rolling. Okay, let me come back when this one I get done. I'll use some ruin in 10 minutes. Okay, now you want to do a final rollout. It's nice to have a good light so you can check for drips. Thick spots. You want to to be looking for an even coat. The more even it is, the less you're going to have to prep it for the next phase. And probably if you see wetness in here, take it to the dry. And keep an eye on this little seam here too. Probably have to put some fairing compound in there. Okay, I'm happy. That'll look nice when we get done. Okay, so we've got the transom was all glassed and set, so now we just got to let it cure. And sometimes you just have to say, walk away. Walk away from the boat. Check for little bubbles down in the end here. There. That should do it for this one. We're going to do one of the top seams here. Or I guess it'll be the bottom seam. It's on top now. Give it a good wet out like we've done before. But I guess don't get too far ahead. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the end here. I'm going to overlap it because I'll fix that. I'll have to trim it along in here later after I get it wet out so that when the cloth on top here sets. Okay. Same thing, mark a line. The line I got here isn't that good. This bottom seam is going to have a lot of trickery in it because it's got the I'm going to chase some excess over the end here because it has to mold to the curve, and you'll see how we're getting some little pookies up here. You want to put the bottom side down first and get it wet out completely, and then we'll attack the top. So let me go ahead and do that. Sometimes the puckers you'll have to chase to the end. So be sure that this thing right here, oh, I'm not out of camera here. Okay.